I was not fully behind the decision to poison you, you know. There are quite a few issues with poisoned. I mean, well, yes, it was the best way, or it was believed to be the best of the possible options to get you onto a boat and out of the city. Seems like maybe you could have just asked me. There was some discussion in that regard, but everyone believed you were set against leaving. Do you agree that I needed to go? After hearing what you are going through, very much so. No offense, but I have little interest in being connected to a corpse king in any capacity. I don't think I'm going to turn into a corpse king. On the contrary, he said, I think it is the most likely potential outcome, and a terrifying one at that. This is the correct course of action. He gave me a pat on the shoulder and walked off. I watched him open a door and head down a set of stairs. There were about 8 sailors engaged in various jobs around the ship, plus a helmswoman at the back who stood up on a platform. The helmswoman saw me looking at her and gave me a grin. "Glad to see you're awake," the woman said. "Not a big fan of having unconscious passengers brought aboard in the middle of the night?" "I guess I should be grateful you made an exception for me," I said, carefully climbing the stairs to get up to her. She said. "More concerned that the gold I was paid was real." "And?" She laughed. "Definitely real." "Well, that's a relief. Where are we headed?" Her eyebrows shot up. "Not every day I get a passenger with no idea where they are going. Common problem for me. Might want to look into that. It's on the list. It's a simple river run down to Furstenbrunn, where you get off. Then I get more cargo and turn back around." "Ah, good old Furstenbrunn." "Aye, and if you're using good and Furstenbrunn in the same sentence, I can safely assume you've never been there. Rules of the ship. I'm the captain, you listen to everything I say. You can go anywhere you like on the ship but the cargo hold, my cabin, and right next to me where you are." "Oh, I started to move, but she froze me with a look. "Unless invited," she added. "If I call for quarters, you and your friends stay below deck unless you've cleared your fighting abilities with my quartermaster. Everywhere you go, my sailors have right of way. Got it?" "Got it." "You are cargo to us, and I guarantee you we'd be happier if we could just tie you up and toss you in the hold. You act up, we will. Got it?" "Yes, Captain." "Better. Now get away from the wheel." "Yes, Captain," I said, and darted down the stairs. Chapter 2. Our quarters for the journey weren't particularly nice, but at least they were functional. We were at the front of the boat, the bow, if summer camp lessons served, and had a large-ish room to ourselves. There was a small table nailed to the floor in the middle. 4 chairs surrounded it, each with leather straps that could be attached to the table to keep from jostling around in rough weather. There were 6 bunks in total, 2 on each of the 3 walls that made up the room, and 2 small porthole windows. I felt bad for Mornax because, try as he might, he just didn't fit in the bunks. He could get most of himself in there, but it didn't look anywhere along the lines of comfortable. Liu-Fing had taken his armor off and was snoring softly while sitting semi-upright in his bunk. Lillian looked through her arrows, checking the heads and the fletching. Tucked in the corner, I noticed a chest. Very subtle eyes popped open on the chest and looked right at me. I smiled. The eyes vanished. So we had Hellion the Mimic with us. "Is there a grimeling here?" I asked. "A grimeling?" Knox asked, sitting up straight and scanning the room. A head popped up from behind the chest. It looked at me with a sideways glance and then went right back down. "We're among friends," I said, looking in the direction of Hellion and the nameless grimeling. "Might as well show yourselves." "What?" Lillian began, but it ended up as more of a shriek when Hellion opened up his mouth and rolled his big purple tongue out, letting it hang there. "We brought the Mimic?" she asked. "Thought it was heavy," Mornax said softly. "You didn't know?" "You think we would have brought this monstrosity if we knew?" Knox asked. "Nadja told us to grab your chest. Where did you—" I started, then shifted my question. "Why did you guys grab this chest?" "Nadja told us to get your chest," Mornax said. "And it was the only one there," Liu-Fing added, his eyes still closed. "Did she say the 3rd floor or the 4th floor?" I asked. "3rd," Mornax said. "She meant that one," Liu-Fing said with surety. "So she meant for us to have him," I said with a smile. "Guess you're going on the adventure with us, Hellion. Rules, though."